LJS Mbamba was born on the 31st of January 1998. On that day, the first female student that came happened to be the first head girl, and 38 students were enrolled. The story cannot be complete without mentioning the pioneer principal of the school, Mrs. Mechal Bongi, who started it all.
When the idea started, because of the downtrend of education, and the church had to look inward. I remember going to the bishop then to ask if it would be good for us to start all over. Responding, Malama, da mugun rawa gwamnatin tashi. And I said, Baba, why don't you allow me? And that was how the idea of Lutheran Junior Seminary in Bangor started.
And in terms of facilities, the 38 students were accommodated within a confine of a poultry farm then, which was renovated to be the hostel, and then the other side of it as classroom.
Well, when it came to food, I was expecting, something better. Well, when I came, what I saw actually was that I thought they were just giving us something just to ingest, and that was all. Well, it was funny, just water, oil, and the rice. It was funny, but then we lived, we're still alive. It was amazing, actually.
There were need for teachers, and there were need to get the children. All these problems had to be tackled. And by God's grace, they were tackled.
The experience then to be pioneers was actually difficult because there were no facilities. I remember back then, we have to just sit on the floor and eat food. So it was just gradually that the school picked up. But the most important thing is the spiritual aspect that we were taught in Mbamba. I think that is why today I'm a pastor, all because of the experience we had in back then in Mbamba. I really want to appreciate the kind of love that was actually shown to us by the first principal of Mbamba, Mrs. Mechal Bongi. She has actually taught us a whole lot of things. We were 36 in number, and we had a morning assembly, and she called us and she said that in the school account, all that was left was just 12 naira. We sat down together and prayed. And as God will have it, miraculously, she went to town, and before she came back that evening and said, the church in Yola offered to give 1.5 million. I know that the school is actually raised and founded by God.
When I took over on acting capacity in January 2020, the board actually gave me point of reference that I should make sure I turn over the lost glory of the school.
The parents, the teachers, and every other stakeholder is trying to put their hands on deck to ensure that the school is successful. Our WAEC and NECO result are testimony to the good work of the teachers and other supportive staff of the school.
So when I came in nearly, I was in my late 20s, so I was a little more combative with the students, because then I saw them as junior brothers, but now I'm seeing them as my children, so that's a little different. I'm more calmer now. I'm in my late 40s, I've been 20 years here now, and the relationship between my students have moved from that of seeing them as younger brothers, and now me seeing them as my children. So it's more of advisory capacity, and obviously when they fail to obey, we take it administratively. No longer combative, no combative exercise anymore.
In terms of performances, both academics and in sports, from inception, the students have been performing excellently well, especially in academics. We have had a lot of laurels outside the school competition. We have had students who have gone to Abuja and the junior science quiz competition and have brought prizes in physics and mathematics, and also a literature quiz also held in Abuja. We have had laurels within the states, competing with their peers in other private and public schools. As one can see anytime he comes into the office, there are a lot of trophies and medals and shields that have been won by students. In the external exams, in 2008, when the 10th anniversary was celebrated, the first students who scored 9 distinction was celebrated and were given a lot of accolades and prizes then. Today, almost 10 years after, students who have beaten the mark of 9 distinctions are uncountable. So the students have realized the need to sit up to make sure they achieve what has brought them. In terms of sports, a lot of trophies have been won, both outside and even within themselves in school, and students have excelled. Worthy to note is 3 of our students who were selected to join the Adamawa State football team. They have graduated now and have joined the team fully. I don't know what they are doing right now, but because they have excelled within the competition scene or outside the school, that was why they were selected. And we have had one who won laurels and was taken to Kano and for National Sports Festival, where he came first, a gold medal in the long run. And we have others who were selected severally. Today, the school has grown up to a level that we have graduated sets, about 20 sets of students from inception. And the school has been performing excellently well. The number of staff has increased from 6 to today about 70.
She called me to come and assist here. This is why I'm here. I'm taking a subject which is not usually known all over. That means technical drawing. In order to establish those who want to take career in engineering and any technical education, this is when they will be able to know what technical drawing is all about. And so, because of the coming into this school, the school has done very well, what I would say. I've been getting 100%. There was a year all the 13 students got distinction in technical drawing. And I remember also a year that because of the good result that people coming to supervise the exams here said they did not agree the way in which we supervise the examination. And they came and then supervised the place, and they discovered that no single teacher was attending the examination.
Till date, I have taught quite a number of students. Friday Benson, now an international young man who is working with, I think, Danish Mission, an NGO. Nachania Silas Abangu is also a lawyer from ABU Zaria. Timothy Zadon, also a lawyer. These are some of the prominent students I have taught. And if I had given me prior notice, I would have listed their names down, because they're actually more than that, but these are the ones I can remember offhand.
I wanted to become a medical doctor, but when I came to Bamba, or would I say in between my primary 6 and my secondary school, I changed. I wanted to become an architect, and by the Almighty's grace, I'm doing good.